Good morning. Let's begin with a question. What is your life's purpose? Life's purpose can be defined as your vision, your goal, your dream, what makes you whole and complete. When you're being or doing your life's purpose, nothing can be better. You just feel it throughout yourself. Now today, it seems many of us operate in autopilot. We take the same route to work. We shop at the same grocery stores. We even buy the same groceries week to week. How many of you actually take a list to the store that's different from the list that you took last week? Am I right? It's interesting. We are in autopilot. We live the life we've always lived. We get the results we've always gotten. And are we delighted with that? Many of us not. What would it be like to switch off that autopilot and really live the life that you were meant to live? Consider the three bricklayers, all working the same job side by side. Ask the question of the first bricklayer, "What are you doing?" He replies, "I'm laying bricks." Same question to the second bricklayer, "What are you doing?" He replies, "I'm feeding my family." Same question to the third bricklayer, "What are you doing?" He lays down his trowel, sits back on his knees, he raises his arms to the heaven and he says, "I am building cathedrals." Three men doing the same job at the same site at the same time. Three very different purposes for their life. Which of those three are you most familiar with? Which one speaks to you as you go about your daily job? Today, I'd like to share with you 4 tools that you can use immediately to help put your life's purpose in order. The first is explore. We're going to explore who you are. The next is dream. Dream of the possibilities of what could be. Discover. Discover how to make it so. And finally, create. Create your life's purpose in reality. Explore. I believe that within each of us, we have incredible gifts to share. And the smallest gift that we have may be the biggest gift that someone else can receive. We operate on 3 levels. The first level is who we pretend to be. Okay? It's our cover. You see that, you recognize it when you go into a room where you may not know anyone. It may be an unfamiliar place to you, so you take cover. Pretend to be someone not true to yourself. You may exaggerate, share an extra story or two, or you may go to the corner and hide, just observing what's going on around you until you really begin to feel comfortable and that you belong. Second layer, this is our worried self. This is where what lives is, I can't. It's too hard. I might look stupid. What if I forget? Probably won't work anyway. Is that familiar to anyone? Anyone have that feeling ever? Yeah. The interesting thing about our worried self is that it is always going to be with us. Not to scare you, but it's there to protect you. It's what, when we were Neanderthals and you ran into the cave from the woolly mammoth who was about to eat you, that's what protected you. It's part of your fight, flight, and fear syndrome. And the Buddha calls it monkey mind. I love that term. It kind of brings reality to it for me. So when I hear that chatter in the back of my head, monkey mind, you can't, you don't, you won't, I just ask it to set aside. I'm really more interested in focusing on something more important to me, and that's my third level. That's my true self. That's where my dreams and goals lie. That's where my visions are. I like to think of that as what I'd want written on my tombstone. Here lies Monica Griffith. She was a loving daughter and mother. She was a giving sister. She was a contributor to her community. She was a masterful coach. What will be written on your tombstone? Dream. Let's dream for a moment, shall we? I'd like for you to get comfortable in your chair. And if you're comfortable, close your eyes, or maybe just focus on your hands for a moment. Go in past that pretend self. Look a little deeper, deeper into the worried self and beyond. It's safe. Nobody's looking but you. Now go down a little deeper and find that true self. What do you see? Paint a picture in living color. What does it look like? What are you doing and who's there with you? And breathe. When you're comfortable, open your eyes and focus your gaze back up here. Discover. In the book, Discover Your Inner Strength, my chapter was Discovery Comes with Action. Now that you've seen your true self, just a glimpse of it on that very, very quick journey, let me share a story with you about how that can be put into work for you. I facilitated a group of 15 foster youth children, and we took them through the same exercise as you. In that exercise, one of the girls, they had to share afterwards, and I didn't have you share. But they shared their story, their vision, their picture. And one of the girls said, I'm going to be a vet. I saw that. Wonderful, I said. What did it look like? And as she was describing her picture in her dream, in her vision, some of the girls began to laugh and dismiss her. Then she started to say, well, probably can't do that anyway. It's too big. It's too hard. Monkey mind starting to chatter for her. So I asked her, I said, what's too big? What's too hard? Well, I could try, but it wouldn't work. 2 words I wish that they would take out of the dictionary, but and try. How many times have you been stopped by a but? I mean, really? And after but, what comes? Or before but? I could try, but. Always. When I think of try, or when I hear that word, I think of Yoda in Star Wars who said, Luke, there is no try, there is do or do not. So when you're stuck trying, you're just not doing. Back to my story. So I asked the foster youth, what is it that you could do that's very small and sweet, just in the next 24 hours, that could take you towards your journey? Well, she said, I could go to school tomorrow. Yes, you could go to school tomorrow. What else? Well, I could do my homework. Wonderful. So then, as she began to talk about what she could do, 2 of the girls who were ready to dismiss her said, we could help. We could make sure that you get to school tomorrow. We could help to get your homework done. So now she has a support system with her small, sweet steps to help create her vision. How many of you have a support system? Do you know who they are? Are they ready to help you live your life's dream? Are they there to hold your dream in their hand just as tightly and preciously as you do, and let you know when monkey mind is starting to chatter? Here lies Monica Griffith, loving family member, giving sister, true friend, masterful coach,